Okay guys, so you know what? I'm gonna show you guys a very rare, secret, very important, my secret weapon when it comes to my pre-workout routine. It's about 4 o'clock. Jordan and I are gonna go hit up a workout. I think I'm gonna do a hypertrophy back day. This is my pre-workout routine. This happens all the time. Number one, I get a pre-workout. This is My Pre by My Protein. I've talked about this like 1,000 times. This is my go-to thing. Get a scoop of that, done. Other stuff, I'm on YouTube. I like to watch sometimes fitness YouTube videos, so I'm watching this is Steve Cook's videos. He did an informational one. I'm watching some CG, some Christian videos. But the funny thing is, I've talked about this in the past. I watch his new stuff, but that's kind of different. That's just okay, I want to see what's going on, in the world of all my favorite YouTubers. Sometimes I watch his old stuff. So I've actually gone back, and this is videos from 2 years ago. Those are my favorite to watch because, guys, I've talked about this in the past, how I don't believe in comparing your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 10. I like to compare myself to where my idols are when they were my, not my age, but I've been doing this for about a year or two, so I like to look at my favorite idols, guys like Steve Cook, Greg Plitt, Christian Guzman, where they were when they've been doing this for a year or two. So it's kind of because I put myself where they used to be, and it's kind of at that point in time, as opposed to where I am, we're kind of on the same level. Does that make sense? That's what motivates me, as opposed to whether it be for fitness. If you look at someone who's been training for 20 years and they're incredible and you're like, oh, I've only been training for 6 months. You can't do that. It's gonna make you feel like crap. It's gonna demotivate you. Look at where that person was when they started training, when they were 6, 12 months into training, and you instantly feel it's comparable, it's relatable, and it just motivates you a lot more. Another thing I do is, a lot of people ask me, what's your favorite type of music? I got 2 types of music. Number 1 is EDM. I use that a lot in my videos. That's just standard stuff. Number 2,
Taylor Swift.
Number 3 would be intense music. You guys ever just go on YouTube and you search intense music compilation? You know the music they use in trailers? Yeah, shit like that. So it's I'll just go and there'll be all these hour-long compilation. It's legendary, intense, massive, incredible adjectives. And this is what I'm just lifting, and I'm getting the PR, and yeah, this is what I do. I go to the gym and I hit a couple of sets of bicep curls, and the music in my head is pretty much the world's about to explode. We're gonna head out. It's a beautiful day. I got this, Jordan says I look like a robot or something. What do you say, the cyborg?
Cyborg.
Cyborg, Terminator. I think I look you know who always wears these? Callum Von Moger. And I think, we look the exact same. Except for the 40 pounds of muscle. Okay guys, so today, as you can tell, we've got a lot of food here. I get asked a lot to do kind of a grocery haul and show you guys, kind of my staples, pretty much the foods which make it easier for me to diet. They, curb appetite, they kill cravings, They, give me energy, they give you sustainable energy. So I thought I would take this opportunity and show you guys, instead of a grocery haul, show you like a full, listing of all of my favorite foods. So I took it out of the fridge, I took it out of the cupboards, I dumped it all here, and we're gonna go through them one by one and tell you exactly which foods I have chosen and why I have chosen them. Okay, starting off with breakfast. And by breakfast, I mean no breakfast, because you guys know that I usually fast about 3, 4, 5 hours every day. Once you've been doing this for about 3, 4, 5 weeks, your body kind of gets used to it. For me, like after about a month or two of incorporating intermittent fasting into my lifestyle, it becomes pretty simple for me. However, those first 4, 5, 6 weeks, it's not that easy. It's very hard for you to fast like 6 hours, and you may need something to help you. And a big thing that helps you is caffeine. So what do I use? Well, there's a multitude of things. For example, Monster. Sometimes I pick these up in store. They're not that cheap, but they taste amazing. They have a good 150 milligrams of caffeine. Blunts your appetite, makes fasting much easier. Another cheaper, simpler alternative is literally coffee. Like $3, this whole thing has been lasting me for like 3 months now. Might have a cup of coffee. I will do it black. Maybe I'll do like 1 or 2 little packets of Splenda, and that's pretty much it. Nice, easy, not as good tasting, but equally as effective. Another option is sometimes I'll take a Diet Coke or a Diet Pepsi, and I'll actually take some caffeine kind of supplement. For example, this is My Thermo by My Protein. It's not really like a pre-workout, it's more like a stimulant. I've talked about this in the past. There's like about 70 or 140 milligrams of caffeine depending on which version you take, the regular or the extreme. So I'll take one of those with one of these, and you could almost consider it like a poor man's Monster energy drink. So I'll be doing that, and that's pretty much what gets me through the day until I have my first meal. So when it comes to breakfast, a big thing I like to do is gonna be like, 2, 3, 4 kind of like staple ideas. And the first one is food volume. So your stomach, it notices that it's full based on two things. Number one is the actual calories that are coming in. We don't have much control over that. Obviously, more calories you're gonna take in, the better you're gonna feel, the more full you're gonna feel. And when you're dieting, there's not much we can do about that. However, there's a second way, and that is physically full. So your stomach actually has receptors. We call them mechanoreceptors, mechanical receptors, because it senses the physical stretch of the stomach, which is why theoretically, if you have a lot of high volume foods, which are low in calorie density, your stomach isn't gonna take too many calories, but your stomach is gonna feel stretching, and your body's gonna, it's gonna send these signals up to your brain saying like, hey, this guy's full, cut off the hunger, that it's making you feel. So a good way to do this is just high volume foods. For example, I love to do big omelets. Also take some, this is just like deli meats. I'll do like 97% lean turkey or lean ham or whatever. And I'll combine all that, and I'll combine it with some veggies. I might do some like zucchinis. Vegetables are fantastic. Vegetables are what add to your actual food volume, because vegetables, there's nothing in them but like water and fiber and micronutrients. We're talking vitamins and minerals. So you take that, you just dump vegetables into whatever you're eating, and it's going to expand your food. It's going to increase the volume. It's going to add to the volume, but add very little to the actual calorie content of your food. And that way you're going to feel a lot fuller, despite the fact that you added like one zucchini. It's like that big, but it's like 31 calories. So it's kind of a dietary hack to make yourself feel physically fuller without taking in more calories. Another example of this would be just literally just frozen veggies. These are great because lots of times like my vegetables, they go bad in like 2 or 3 days. So I like to keep a lot of frozen ones around the house. You can take them, I microwave them in like 1-2 minutes, maybe like saute them up. The average guy my size is technically supposed to consume like, I think it's like 8 to 10 servings of fruits and or vegetables per day, which is pretty damn hard. But take this, take like a scoop of that, and immediately you have 2 easy servings of fruits or vegetables. And like I said, it's gonna add volume to your meal, make you feel fuller. Same concept with fruits. Guys, if you're ever hungry, have you ever heard this before? It's like this old thing that my parents used to say. They'd be like, I'd be hungry. I was a kid. Like, I want Dunkaroos. I want like Gushers and Fruit Roll-Ups and all those other crappy snacks that you had when you were a kid. And your parents would be like, go have an apple if you're hungry. And you're like, I don't want an apple. I want this. They're like, then you're not actually hungry. The difference between hunger and cravings. If you have cravings, man up and get over it. If you have hunger, go have an apple. Similar case, it's like 80 calories for one. It's gonna make you feel good. It's gonna provide you with much higher quality carbohydrates. Have one of these prior to a workout. You're gonna have a much better workout. Trust me, you eat French fries before a workout versus eating this before a workout, you're gonna have a garbage workout. I guarantee it. And in addition, another big thing, because this is like the second thing you can consider, the second point or factor throughout this video, in addition to food volume, is fiber. The average guy my size should probably be consuming at minimum about 25 to 30 grams of fiber. For a woman, it's about a little bit less, like 20 to 25 grams of fiber. And fiber is found very highly in quality carbohydrates such as fruits and vegetables. Okay, this one is purely from a convenience standpoint. Guys, if you're on the go, like, this is one of the things that's kind of, it's like deceptive and unrealistic and not relatable when it comes to fitness YouTubers. Hey guys, it's 2 o'clock on a Monday and I'm making this lavish, amazing dessert. No, you can't do that. You've got school, you've got work, you come home, you don't have time to do all this kind of stuff. So I need to give you guys somewhat relatable ideas. What is realistic is just quick, easy. These are like, you know, those like microwave TV dinners or TV whatever. So sometimes I'll get one of these. There's a lot of these really healthy options. Not healthy, but low calorie options. There's like Weight Watchers, there's healthy choice. There's a lot of these options. They're usually like decent carbohydrate. They're very low fat because like fat is considered like, you know, the devil in, you know, the general non-bodybuilding fitness community, and decent intake of protein. So what I'll do is I'll cook one of these up and then I'll add in my own frozen vegetables, and in addition to that, I will add in some actual chicken. Guys, this is another thing what I do. This isn't fun, this isn't pretty, but it is so efficient. What I will do is I'll cook just a bunch of chicken. I'll buy like a big thing of chicken and I'll cook all of that. We're talking like 3, 4, 5 pounds. Then I'll just keep it in Tupperwares and I'll have ready access to chicken for the next 2, 3, 4 days. And sometimes what I do is I'll take out like 150 grams of chicken breast, I'll cut it up, I'll mix it in with one of these, and I won't add any more carbohydrates. That way I have whatever this has, I'll add in some more vegetables, I'll add in some of my own protein, and there you go. That meal took me like, this was pre-cooked. That took me like 4 minutes in the microwave. You can go like, you know, you can go do whatever, set up a movie, take a shower, come back ready to go. And that way you have an easy, quick 5-minute meal, which you didn't have to prepare, especially if you're tired because you're getting back from school, you're getting back from work. You don't want to spend 30 minutes cooking up some fancy meal. You want it quick and easy. Okay guys, so it's like 6:30, which is just about sunset in Australia. That sunset over the Gold Coast, I gotta put that on camera. So we're gonna head out there and yeah, cause like, you know what, I realized I live in probably one of the most beautiful cities on the face of the earth, in my opinion. It's this amazing, you know, this contrast between the beach and the city. It's like someone like took Manhattan and combined it with like paradise. So I gotta make use of it. So yeah, we're gonna go out there, we're gonna check it out, and hopefully it turns out well. But you guys will see that right now. Okay guys, so for the final thing I want to show you today, this has been like a go-to snack of mine every night before bed. It really kills cravings, stopping me from cheating on my diet, especially at night. I tend to be a night snacker, so this helps a lot. It is a high-protein, medium-carb, low-fat chocolate ice cream mug cake. So the way that you do it is you start off and you weigh around, it's like 60, 70 milliliters worth of water. Then you add about 50 grams of this MyProtein mug cake mix. I actually like to add a little bit of additional whey protein to the mix just to increase the overall protein content a little bit more. Then you add 1 egg, and this is pretty much the only source of fat in this entire recipe, so it's not much at all. We're literally talking about 5, 6, 7 grams depending on the size of the egg that you use. Then you shake the crap out of it. Pop it in the microwave for roughly about a minute, minute and a half, depending on how much of the actual recipe that you make. And then you are left with this kind of, it looks like a wet muffin or something. Normally it comes out a little bit more brown, but because I added white chocolate protein powder to the mix, it's kind of like this milky cocoa color. Then this step is optional, but I highly recommend it because it makes it a lot more, it's like this combination of cold and hot chocolate. It tastes amazing. What I do is I actually add light ice cream to the mix. It's pretty much all carbohydrates and a little bit of protein. It's like 97% fat free. So I scoop this. It's about 70 calories per like 50 gram serving. And then the final piece of the puzzle, the cherry on top, I take some 0-calorie syrup and I just drizzle that all over the place. And that's it guys, here are the macros. This dessert I personally find really helps kill cravings, and it's pretty much the next best thing to a chocolate ice cream sundae.